Hello, welcome to episode 115. Let's get Instagram fired up over here. Let's see real quick. Boom. Rocking on Instagram. So welcome to all of you who are here joining in. Nicole's checking in first. Good to see you. Sorry, trying to get Instagram fired up. There we go. So Ruth from Texas, Ann's here. Good evening. Denise is here. Karen, good evening. Good to see you. Ann says hello. Denise says hello. Hey. Boulder, finally back in town. Good to see you. Amy, good evening to you. Let's see. Sandra's here. Good evening. Diane from Wisconsin. Let's see, we saw Lee from Arkansas. Always good to see Arkansas. Yeah, Red Sox. Woohoo! Hopefully Chris shows up tonight. We'll have to see if Chris pops in. Chris is not a Red Sox fan. Yeah, we'll see if I can get through tonight. Karen, good evening to you. Kathy, hey. Carey over on Instagram, good evening. Jeff's checking in. Olga from San Antonio, hope you're doing well. Maggie, you rocked Labor Day weekend. You're very, very welcome for the animated pictures. Very cool. Cindy, good evening. It's always fun when someone joins in live for the first time. We talked about this last night. I always hope that when someone said this is my first time, I'm always hoping like, I hope this is the one that makes you stick around and listen to the rest. So Elise, good evening from Wheaton. Yvette from Smoky, Idaho, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well out there. June from Wisconsin. Denise is here. Colby, hey all. Annette from Tennessee, good evening. Teresa. St. Pete during hurricane. Yeah, hurricane is Irma, I think is what I saw. Christine from Portland, Oregon, good evening to you. Let's see what else we got. June. Elise is here. Gail is here. Good evening. Olga, 63 today. Whoop, whoop. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Olga. Happy birthday to you. There you go. Happy birthday. Megan, good evening to you. Gail says hi. New York City, Leslie's checking in. 104 degrees. Woo, Julie, woo. Gloria, good. Glad you got them. Very cool. Man, lots and lots of people checking in. So, let's see. Scrolling through. Thanks, Julie. Appreciate that. Chris just got in from an evening walk from West Virginia. Good evening to you. Yo. The other Chris over on Instagram. Good evening to you. Carey from Buffalo. Brian nods. Bon Jovi. Yeah, I don't do Bon Jovi very well unless you write it in an email. Terry from Vero Beach. Hopefully you're doing well. Susan from Hawaii. No Bon Jovi tonight. No. Hey, Chris Benyon is here. So I got this shirt just for you. So hopefully you like it. Maybe I'll do the whole show like this for Chris. So just kind of like this. And so, too funny. Well, I got a long show for you tonight. Longer than I anticipated. Just got a few emails that I just kind of worked in that I wanted to get out. So let's go ahead and get that rolling. My voice is not having it tonight. We'll do a sound check. Stephen, good evening. What we'll do is I'll do a sound check. As I'm doing the sound check, you guys on Instagram and then over on Facebook, let me know what your non-scale victories are, just like Georgine just did. I'll come back. We'll document a couple in the journal, and then we'll roll into show episode number 115. So sound cool? So get your things ready. Get your non-scale victories ready. I got plenty of room on this page. So Kentucky's checking in. Very nice. Let's see. There we go. Get that. I should probably grab the microphone. I kind of need that. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Mic check, 1, 2. Yeah. Jeff says, get your popcorn ready. Mic check, 1, 2. Testing, 1, 2. Sounds good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. All right, that sounds pretty good. All right, so, hey, we're the monkeys. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Allentown, Pennsylvania's checking in. Let's see. Doing it for me, 79. Your non-scale victory is being able to buy a smaller size jeans today. Boom. We'll do this. IG. Doing it for me, 79. Being able to buy a smaller pair of jeans. Very, very cool. Doesn't that feel awesome when you do that type of stuff? Like when you buy something you're not used to buying in a whole new size, isn't that cool? I think it's very cool. So good job for that. Let's get this one down. EGROD. See, Instagram makes it so tough. Meals prepped for the week. Boom. Let's see what we got. Karen, I like that one too. I'm going to write Karen's down and then we'll go ahead. That's a good one, Becky, too. So let's do this. Karen. You know what? I just noticed. Setting an example. For someone who was Lifetime. And starting to watch again. Too embarrassed to join again. Karen obviously continued to be the prize, right? But you know we're all gonna. So there we go. Just get got a bunch of you guys written down. So very, very cool non-scale victories tonight. We'll come back after the show and get a couple more in. But Karen, continue just to be the prize and show her how cool it is and how awesome it is and that we're a forgiving community. You know, if you want to join us and work with us, we'll work with you. It's that simple. So Ali 1304 is a lot of non-scale victories over on Instagram tonight are folks who are in smaller clothes, which is really, really fun. Gloria, binge listen to the Noticer. I love the Noticer. Very, very cool. All right, let's get this show on the road. Are you guys ready? Water time, episode 115 coming up. Only need a little bit of water tonight. All right. Testing again. We are rolling. Y'all ready? Getting tangled up in my cord here. right. Episode 115. Here we go. Deep breath. I have to take, you guys know this, I have to take one big deep breath because I do the whole show with one breath. So I got to get one in. I am your host, FatDag, and you're listening to WhysAdvice. My weight loss journey failed when I focused on how. It wasn't until I switched my focus to why that I truly transformed myself. Join the show on the web at FatDag.com and follow along on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at WhysAdvice. Send in your comments, your questions, and your celebrations, and I'll include them as part of the show. But before we dive in, remember, when you're out of points, stop eating points. Hey, I'm honored to be your wingman as we walk through this journey together because I believe in you. Well, hello, welcome to episode 115 of WhysAdvice, and we are just creeping up the ladder here in numbers. You know, it wasn't long ago that we were on episode 7, 8, 9, and I had no expectation that we would get into the hundreds, and then all of a sudden get into 115, and there is no stopping this show. We're just going to keep on going. As long as you keep emailing in, that gives me something to talk about. That gives us something to share. So as long as you email in, the show will go on. Had a great day today. Just all of a sudden woke up. It was Monday, Labor Day. Wanted to get out and get some exercise in. So I just went out and did a practice 5K just to see where I was. Came back in after 3.1 miles at 26 minutes and very happy with that time. I went the middle of the day, noontime. The heat's a little hotter at noon than I expected. But nonetheless, 26 minutes for a 5K. Very pleased with that. My attendance goals got me to the point where that becomes just something I do. I just need to get out and do something often. And today was no different. Got out, got it done. And I saw a lot of other folks doing the exact same thing. So great job keeping your attendance goals going, because when you keep on the attendance goal, at some point you pick up the time, the pace, and you really go out and get it done. So thanks for that. The first email I want to share with you, as you know, if you write into the show, one of the things I do is I kind of read your emails as I get them. I kind of save them, and then I come back to them later and work them into the show. So if you email in, a lot of times it takes me a good month or more to actually work it into the show. But I do try and read them every day as they come in. And, you know, if there's something that needs an immediate response, I kind of try and respond there. If there's something that just instantly grabs me, I throw it to the top of the queue. And that's what happened with Niki's email today. I got it in today. It says, Good morning, Mike. First, thank you for your service to our country and also your service to the daily task of keeping us motivated. I reached goal 27 years ago, losing 106 pounds created by medication. 10 years after that, I became an endurance athlete. I have done one full, 21 half marathons, 2 mini triathlons, and a century ride in Lake Tahoe, all after the age of 57. During the past 10 years, I have coached dozens of folks towards their endurance goals. So it's safe to say I am goal-oriented. Then last year, a big life-changing event occurred. I developed breast cancer and spent almost the whole year getting better. Breast cancer, or any cancer for that matter, is the gift that just keeps on giving. I was fortunate that after having surgery, I did not have to have chemo or radiation. However, I took a chemo care drug that I was supposed to take for 5 years. They told me I would gain weight, but I wasn't prepared for what happened. I usually worked out 4 to 6 days a week, but because of the bone and the muscle pain, I could barely walk. So I sat in a chair, maintaining around a 1,200 calorie diet, and I watched myself put on a whopping 30 pounds. On April 3rd, I woke up and I told my husband, that's it. I'm going to stop taking the medication and just take my chances. I went to see my nutritionist and my oncologist. We put together a plan of supplements and a plant-based diet. As we talked, I thought that this sounded a lot like Weight Watchers. So I joined Weight Watchers online, and nothing happened. Long story short, we moved to a small town where we didn't know anyone. I finally realized that there was a Weight Watcher meeting close by, so on July 3rd, I re-upped at 194 pounds. On July the 5th, I learned from my regular doctor that he wants me to stay with the program and continue my exercise regimen, but that I probably won't see any results for 6 to 12 months. Another frowny face. I needed something to keep me focused, so I had my nose pierced. Yes, at age 69. That way, every time I looked in the mirror, at that little twinkle, I was reminded to keep the main thing the main thing. I am not losing the war. It's just my journey to the front line is going to be a little bit bumpy. A couple of weeks ago at my meeting, I heard about you and your podcast. I thought I'd give you a listen. So I downloaded the app and I listened to you while I walked the next day. My new wingman was also my new walking buddy. By the way, I'm 5'1", and I currently walk about a 16:45 pace. Not bad for a short, ample gal. That time will increase, so get ready. Now to the good part. Last week, I had a 3-pound loss. This week, another 2 pounds. I am so excited. I weighed in at 188.1 this morning. That is a 6-pound loss in 2 months. I saw a weight loss in 5 months, not 6 or 12. Woohoo! I do like to win stuff. Dag, I hope you'll be hearing a lot from me. I know not all of my days and weeks will be woohoo moments, but I sure hope there'll be a lot of them. Because the way I see it, it's never too late to be awesome. Thanks for the use of your wing, Niki out of Smithville, Tennessee. Niki, you are a winner at life. How amazing is this transformation, this journey? As I read through your email, I told you earlier, it got me the first time I read it. It just really kind of grabbed me. And I said, here's someone who's just been through an awful lot. And I can see in your email the turning point. I can see where you all of a sudden, where you picked yourself back up. You became the fighter that you were in the beginning, and you said, I'm going to push forward. 6 pounds when you in your 5th month is absolutely incredible when your doctor didn't even think it was going to happen until 6 or 12. But one step beyond that, one thing that's a little bit, I'm very proud of the 6 pounds. Do not take this the wrong way. I'm very proud of your 6 pounds. But what I'm really proud of, what really makes me happy is that it's not about the number. It's about the mental victory that you reclaimed for yourself. That is where the power is. You got dealt this dangerous, difficult blow that very easily could have defeated you. And instead of giving up, you have the mental adjustment that you needed in the middle of this to go ahead, go forward and win. That win is what's gotten you those 6 pounds down. And that win and that mindset will continue to push you forward. Now, I'm completely honored to walk this journey with you. Yeah, we're absolutely walking buddies at this point. I will walk with you for as long as you need so that we get this done together. I'm continuing to pray for you. Your diagnosis, it's devastating. But you didn't let it defeat you because, as you said, you're a winner, and all the amazing things you've done in your life, no doubt that healthy lifestyle that you led before is what kept you in such great shape to be a fighter. That's why when we work this journey, it's important for us to use our health as the benchmark for how well we're doing on the program. If we get to a healthy place and we get to the point where our body is healthy and we're treating it right, when stuff like this happens to us, we have a much better chance of getting through. The journey is going to be bumpy for all of us. In your case, extremely bumpy. And all we say is just do your best. Wake up every morning, find out what circumstances you've been given. Within that framework, do your best. That means eat to the best of your ability given the current framework. Work out when and if you can. And just remind yourself every day that you're awesome. You're incredibly awesome. If you wake up in the morning ready to go, on fire to get it done, you're awesome, and that is what you can do to get it done. So, I really want you to know, Niki, that I'm so proud of you. You're a fighter. You're tough, and you're a winner, and your email is inspiring. And like I said, it brought a tear to my eye as I read it this afternoon. I read it 3 or 4 times since then, and every single time I read it, as I say, this gal is going to get it done. So your walking time at 16:45 pace, you say not bad for a short, ample gal. I say, that's not bad for a cancer survivor. That's phenomenal work. You're a winner because you do like to win stuff, and you've proven that you can do it. Now, the community here is going to just continue to show you what is possible. We're going to give you the plan, we're going to give you the tools, and we're just going to tell you that we believe in you and that you can do this. You don't need to rely on hope. You can rely on us to carry you along the way. Hope is not a plan. You have the amazing ability to set forward, carry out your dreams and your goals, and get it done. Niki, truly honored to walk with you. Keep up the great work. And absolutely, I should be hearing from you a lot, and I know the community wants to hear from you as well. Carey writes in and says, "Hi, FatDag. I am sure you would agree that weight loss is a team effort. Like raising kids, it takes a village. I grew up with a mom who was always on or off a diet. She never did Weight Watchers, but I think she did everything else. Anyway, I grew up with that role model, and I think because of her struggles, she tried really hard to make it easier for us. We had no candy or treats in the house unless it was a special occasion. We did have ice cream, which she weighed diligently so that we couldn't complain that another sibling had more. As I think back to that, I chuckle because that was my first introduction to weighing my food. When I went off to college, I went crazy with food. I ate at McDonald's on campus. I bought candy bars in the vending machines. I ate ice cream nearly every meal. This was my rebellion to all the restrictions my mom had on our food at home. After a very short while, I learned that when you eat anything too often, you get actually kind of sick of it. While most people gain weight their first year of college, I actually lost quite a bit, 15 to 20 pounds, without really trying. You see, I talk a lot, and I eat really slow, so when I ate with my friends, I could eat the food that I loved, but I never finished it. I think that is what had me coming home and not fitting in to any of my clothes. Fast forward to the end of my college years, now I was living in an apartment and working 2 jobs, catering and waitressing in a restaurant. All about food. Here is where I gained some weight. A friend and I joined Weight Watchers, but we never stayed for the meetings because we were the only young ones there. The rest of the membership was significantly older than us. I think back that when we bought the 17-week passes, when they expired, I did not rejoin. Life went on. I became a teacher, got married, had kids, attempted several methods to lose weight with some success. In the end, I always wanted a quick fix. Something that just doesn't work with weight loss. Then in 2004, we moved to Columbia for a better teaching job and better schools for our kids. A new teaching position with lots of change had me packing on 30 to 40 pounds. I was stressed and I was miserable. I joined Weight Watchers, a weight loss group with my mom, and if she'd been a member of, and they actually gave you a booby prize if you gained the most weight. Well, I came home with that prize several times before not returning. In 2008, I decided to join Weight Watchers again. It was so much different than my first experience. I went on to join, and I quit a few more times. One time, I came home with within 1.7 pounds of my goal, but I just could not lose the rest. I went to meetings, but I didn't work the program. I think it was 2010 when I did really well. Again, I came within 5 pounds of my goal, but then I was hired as a Weight Watcher receptionist, and I lost my focus. It was a sad day when I was told I could no longer work for Weight Watchers because I did not make lifetime. I should have known it would have come to this, but I was devastated nonetheless. In 2013, I earned my second master's degree and I landed a job as a school counselor. Again, I moved to a different school, but in the same town. This is my dream job and I absolutely love it. For the next few years, I started making fitness goals for myself. I rode over 400 miles on my bike one summer. I started tracking with MyFitnessPal and I lost 25 pounds, but I gained it back again when the weather got cold and school got busy. My weight kept creeping up. When I hit the 190s, I was scared. When I hit the 200s, I was so sick and disappointed with myself. I couldn't find anything to wear that even looked decent. I was utterly disgusted with myself. I tried MyFitnessPal again, but I was not successful. I hated to pay for it, but in November 2016, I joined Weight Watchers again. November and December were not very successful months. I attended meetings religiously, but I only lost 0.6 for those 2 months. I liked attending the meetings, but I wasn't working the program at home. I can't even believe I lost weight during those months. In January, I got my focus back. I went in to work the program zone. I joined a couch to 3 to 5K running group, and I decided to track every day, no matter what. It's now July, and I have not missed one day of tracking since January 1st. That doesn't mean there haven't been days where I went overboard. In fact, I remember one week when I ended with 155 negative points. But I tracked it all. Last week, Friday, I hit goal. 47.2 pounds. Gone forever. This is a first for me, and I am so excited. And looking back, these are the tools that helped me get there this time. The blue dots. The blue dots give me the flexibility without making me be perfect. They are a game changer. Connect. I have learned to tune into Connect daily for inspiration and motivation. WhysAdvice. I downloaded the podcast app and I listen to it wherever I can, usually in the morning while getting ready. Mindfulness. I have started finding joy in everything I do. In turn, I have learned to love who I am. A grateful journal. Every day I write down one thing that I am grateful for. It helps me focus on the positive. Running. I never thought I could run with my plantar fasciitis, but when it flared up so badly. But guess what? I've run 4 5Ks this year, and I have one more in September. In October, I'm running a half marathon. I found motivation and support in my running group, and then continued to work it after the group was over. I just kept showing up. And if the weather is bad, I have a treadmill I can use. Preparation is the key. My family support. I guess I finally have trained them right. No longer do they say, you can't have that, making me want it even more. Now my husband asks, what would you like to add to the snack bag? Or do you want to bring the portable scale on vacation? It's so much more helpful. Having daily support and accountability has been key this time. I also love how the new program incorporates cognitive behavior practices each week. I have learned to love myself and switch from an all-or-nothing person to someone who has grit. My next step, becoming a Weight Watchers leader so I can pay it forward. Thanks for listening, Carey. Carey, congratulations on hitting your goal. What an amazing journey you just went through. You know, as you wrote it all out, I'm confident that as you sat down and detailed it out, that all of those memories had to come rushing in. And your journey starts where a lot of ours does, is that, you know, college years and learning how to eat on our own. It's not necessarily a rebellion stage. It's just we just truly don't know where and how to eat properly. And I believe that the beauty of this is once you figure out your why, is you then learn how to eat properly. All of that based back on your why. So I want to address the one point in your earlier journey, and I think a lot of folks have this same conversation, is, you know, when we walk into the meeting room, you know, especially for the younger generation, is sometimes, yeah, you're the youngest one in the room. But what I say to that is, man, what an amazing opportunity for generations to come together and work on something that doesn't know an age, it doesn't know a gender, it doesn't know a race or ethnicity. This journey affects us all equally, And so if you're a younger person thinking about a meeting and you're the youngest one there, what an amazing gift you can bring to that meeting room. And what an amazing gift they can offer you, because they can see the opportunity that you present, and what is going to look like in the future. So don't let that derail you. There is no quick fix, as you said in your email. As you've detailed, you went through this thing. You are a very, very accomplished woman. What you've done, your goals, it looks to me as I read through your email, anything that you've wanted bad enough, you've figured out a way to get it. A second master's degree is not easy work. You use some focus, discipline to get it done. It's that same focus that you now shift to you, and that is how you finally hit your goal. 47.2 pounds gone forever. Congratulations, that's amazing work. The tools that you outlined, of all the ones you outlined, the two that stuck out to me was your mindfulness and your grateful journey. If you continue to be grateful on this journey, you continue to look for all the positive, and you find joy in everything you do, those two things will carry you all the way to your goal and to continue to change your life forever. You do have grit. Grit is what got you 47.2 pounds down. Grit is what makes you want to become a Weight Watcher leader so that you can pay it forward. Thank you for that. Thank you from our community who says, we need people to step up and show us that the journey is not perfect, but that it can be won. So, Carey, thank you for your email. Next up, Amy writes in and says, Dear FatDag, this past week and weekend, my aunt and uncle came to visit. I planned my Smart Point-friendly meals for the weekend ahead. I planned ahead of time as per usual. When they arrived, my aunt told me she was doing a similar diet to Atkins, and I had lost 14 pounds. She's actually very slender and does this occasionally to keep herself in check. It would have been nice to know that ahead of time, though, so I could mentally prepare. As her diet is definitely low carb, high protein, but very cheese focused. That's my downfall. I served my turkey sliders for lunch, and I planned on the pulled pork with rice and lettuce wraps for dinner. We both love wine, which I had planned for, but since she wasn't eating carbs and she is so cheese focused, she wanted a cheese plate before dinner. Cheese, again, is my downfall. I love cheese, and thus the cheese weekend started. On Saturday, we had concert tickets at a winery where we brought our own picnic dinner. Again, I kept my smart points in mind. I made mini piatas with lettuce, salami, and tomato cantaloupe skewers with basil, and I had planned already on doing some cheese and crackers to go with the wine. I was mindful, but I knew I was going over points. It was at this concert that I decided to treat this weekend like an experiment. I'm going to Germany in September, and I plan on eating German food. I know those foods won't be in my tracker, and I know that I'll actually be over points. We haven't been there in 21 years, so I'm definitely eating my favorite foods. So at this concert, I decided to see how things would play out this weekend if I only ate what I really wanted, but in smaller portions. We started every morning with a long walk of 5 miles. I ate my normal 2 Smart Point friendly breakfast, had my mid-morning fruit snack. Some days I made low point turkey burgers for lunch. Some days we ate out. On the days we ate out, I chose something I really wanted, but I ate less of it. For example, I choose a chicken burger with onions, mushrooms, and cheese, but I only ate a third of it, and I ate 5 French fries. I was mindful, but I ate what I truly wanted, smaller portions, which is what I plan on doing in Germany. It felt very powerful to know that while I chose to eat the things that were higher point foods, I also knew that I was going right back to Blue Dot days as soon as the company left. I'm very close to goal, 4 pounds to go. Actually, she's at goal. Going to interject here. She's at goal. And then she continues, I know I will get there, and I found that I do better when I do not set a goal date. Otherwise, it's too much pressure. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it's comforting that I trust the plan completely. While my relatives were here, I didn't want to make my diet everyone's focus. They're getting up there in age, so I might not see them ever again. So I provided foods they enjoy, but aren't necessarily healthy choices. I made my aunt a cheesecake for her 70th birthday, and yes, I had a piece. Not a huge piece, but a small, very satisfying piece. I ate and drank more than usual. I ate some not so healthy things, and I didn't drink enough water, but the experiment was also that I really paid attention to how these foods made me feel. I felt bloated and big from the cheese, and my body ached, and I was thirsty. This was a good reminder of how I don't like feeling this way anymore. I looked at the past week and my weekend as a success. I feel in control of my life. Yes, I did overeat, but I was still mindful. Before, I would have thrown all caution to the wind and eaten everything in sight. I didn't this time. By the time they left, I craved salad, veggies, and I didn't want any more wine. I'm now starting to see how my new healthy lifestyle of eating smaller portions is creeping in to my everyday life. They left on Tuesday morning. I was back on track Tuesday morning. I could have said, well, what's one more day as I reset my points on Wednesday, but I didn't. I ate my 2-point breakfast, I made a big salad for lunch, and I had a low point dinner. On Wednesday, the scale said I was up 0.4 this week. Not bad for what I ate. I know and feel confident that I've got this for life now. I feel free. The number on the scale doesn't mean anything anymore. It's the feeling I have when I'm out shopping with my aunt for clothes in a size 2 and 4 that makes me stay on track. I'm back to blue dot days. I feel confident that I can follow the 80-20 rule when I make goal. I'll stay within the plan 80% of the time and use the other 20% for a special time like this or for my trip to Germany, which doesn't happen often. Well, I've been searching for my big why. I've been searching for a while. And of course, I want to look better, be active, have more energy, etc. But I never felt like I had the big why. This weekend reminded me of what I don't want. That feeling of feeling fat. That's my why. My why is a feeling. I hate feeling heavy and sluggish. I absolutely love feeling skinny. I finally found my big why, and it's a great feeling. For all the listeners out there, keep working on your big why. It will show up when you least expect it. Thanks for listening and for your wonderful podcast. You really have kept me on track these last few months, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for all you do. Big hugs, Amy, out of Washington. And she puts in here, starting weight 169, current weight was 139, but she's now at goal. So, Amy, this email is truly amazing because one of the things in your email that is the absolute best part is that you have figured out that to work this for the rest of your life, you have to work it for the rest of your life. That 80-20 rule, I think, is a great rule. You know, if you follow the plan 80% of the time and you work it 80% well, and a once in a 21-year trip to Germany, I agree with you. You go, you enjoy it, you have a good time. What's probably going to be amazing is when you're there, you're going to understand as you start, trying foods you haven't had in years, you're going to find that sluggish feeling creep back in, and I bet the mindfulness takes over, and I bet that you eat completely different than you had it been a couple years ago. So the fact that you are tuned into the program and that you trust the program is the absolute key to doing this. No matter what scenario that pops up, no matter what happens, whether it's 70th birthday parties, whether it's trip to Germany, whether it's Cheese Fest, that you can instantly, whenever you want, pop right back to the plan, continue to tracking, getting the blue dots, and living that lifestyle. When you trust you to follow the plan, the freedom is incredible. When you said it in your email, I feel in control of my life. That is what we're after. It's amazing how that works. But if you're in control of your life and you build the healthy habits, once you have days that aren't exactly perfect, the healthy habits bring you back and you're craving all the things that got you to goal. That is the control piece. And the lifestyle is absolutely the key. So keep doing the amazing work. Now you focus on your why, and it's funny, I didn't recognize this in my own self. I did, but not to the extent that you wrote it down. I agree with you. I love the feeling of feeling skinny. It's different. It really is. The feeling that when I was overweight, when I was fat, I hated it. I didn't recognize how much I hated it until I got rid of it. And now, being a skinny person, I'll say it, being a skinny person, I feel great. So yeah, it's a feeling that you just never, ever want to give up. Amy, I'm incredibly honored to walk this journey with you, and the fact that you've hit your goal and you continue to show us exactly how to do this is inspiring. Keep doing what you're doing. You are in this for the long haul, and you can get it done, and you're going to have an amazing trip to Germany, and when you come back, you're going to slip right back into your routine, and that routine is what got you to goal. Congratulations. Next up, Connie says, my baby sister, Rita, introduced me to your podcast. She lives and works in Council Bluffs, Iowa, and would love to attend your meetings. She can't travel back home to Indiana for them because her husband's Parkinson's is bad enough that she couldn't leave him to attend our mother's funeral in May. She could use the boost you provide. She has a lot on her plate. Her Connect name is Haley Heidi. Thanks for the encouragement your podcast provide. I live in northwestern Pike Township, so I might make it to a meeting if I switch from online only. 7 weeks, I'm down 17.2 pounds. I got to make sure I don't wimp out when I reach 30 or so as in the past. I just listened to a podcast that covered it. Connie, which is Quilted LB. I'll put all that in the show notes. But folks, go ahead and reach out to Heidi. Go ahead and reach out to Connie and let them know that we're a community that continues to work with each other and help each other and keep that system going. But 17.2 pounds in 7 weeks is phenomenal work. Connie, you're doing it. When you get to 30, keep doing what you're doing. Whatever you did to get down 17.2 pounds is what you need to continue to do for the rest of your life. You absolutely can get there. And when you get there, I want to celebrate. Thanks for writing in. Thanks for celebrating with us. Let's share it on the air. Go to FatDag.com. Click on Listen Now to send in your celebrations, your comments, and your questions. I'll work them in as part of the show. I really want you to email in your celebrations so we can share them. As a community, we can see that we are getting it done together. I also want to say thank you for those who reached out on FatDag.com and decided to help support the show. That means a lot to me. Thank you for that. Well, that's going to do it for this time. Remember that losing weight and getting healthy has nothing to do with luck. You have to remain disciplined and focused. Set your sights on your goal and go after it. I wish you good focus. Whoop, whoop. Isn't that crazy? Let's see. Get that out of the way. Woo. Give me just a second here. It got hot in here. I don't know. I think I'm sweating. Well, cool. Wasn't that fun? So let's see. We have Instagram. We're here for the first time. So very, very cool. Sandra, thank you. Holly, thank you. Julie, thank you very much. Man, you guys are so awesome. Yeah. I liked, I don't ever want to play favorites, right? That's not my intent. But what I liked about Amy's email, is that Amy recognizes a thing that I recognize, is that, I get the rules of the Weight Watchers system. I get that, but, there is some reality that kind of you got to balance in. Yeah, you can eat on plan the rest of your life. Lee's doing an amazing job doing it. But you know what? There are weekends when when I just want to enjoy the weekend. But I know I trust the program enough to say, I can get through the weekend. I check my scale every day, and then I just, come back tomorrow morning and back on it. So that's what Amy's doing, and there's a little danger in that, right? But if you have complete trust in the plan and you set up the right accountability system, man, you can get it done. So thank you, all of you, for your emails. So yeah, so folks on Instagram agree that checking in daily is. We talked about that last night. So some people don't, for sure. Neda, woohoo! Oh, I probably missed you. It looks like you're gone. So Misty, thank you for being here, for sure. Yeah, Paulette, thank you. Justin, thank you for that. Very cool. Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see what else. So Denise said, I had a great weekend, hit 51 pounds down, fit into a bunch of favorite old clothes, and threw out my 3X stretchy pants. Whoop, whoop. Let's write that down. 3X stretchy pants gone. Right? Let's get that. A little pen. So Mama Swag, let's see, let's get that one in too. So Denise, let's get Denise first. DENICE. Minus 51 pounds. Threw away 3X stretchy pants. Ha! 3X stretchy pants gone. That's amazing, Denise. So over here on Instagram, Mama Swag is 1.3 pounds from her lifetime weight, and then you ran a 5K yesterday without stopping. Listen to episode 111 the whole time. It's like we were running together. I agree. Isn't that fun? Let's see. Very, very cool. You guys are doing so awesome. Yeah, Alicia. So I talk about that a handful of times. So Alicia's comment is, she says, when people start telling you not to lose any more weight because you'll be too skinny, right? And so Alicia, I mentioned it in a couple podcasts, but I'll rephrase it here because I don't know which ones they're in. But think about when someone tells you you're too skinny, or don't lose weight because you're too skinny. I don't think ever, and that could be maybe someone, but almost everybody who told me that was not too skinny. So the folks who thought I was too skinny, I don't know what it was, but they weren't too skinny on their side. So it's kind of one of those things that no one knows what normal looks like. And especially if we've been overweight our whole lives, they don't know what normal looks like on us. So it's kind of, I just kind of take that with a grain of salt. And just kind of ignore them. Jill, I agree. This keeps me accountable as well, right? As you know, I hop on my scale every day. My scale, it goes to Twitter, it goes to Facebook, and it goes to my website. I will not do this show. If for something crazy happens, and I gain 91 pounds back and get to 263, I will not sit here at 263 pounds and tell you how easy it is. So this keeps me accountable. That's exactly why I do it, for sure. Yeah, great job, Denise. Cindy, you're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Justin, go to, not a plug. But it's just about, Justin, go, well, here. Justin, Next Belt is the company that I use. They are a partner of ours, but it's not a plug. But check this out. So this belt, the Next Belt's gonna love this. Hey, folks from Next Belt, if you're listening, look. So this is the belt, but what it is it has the sizes on the back, and then so as you lose weight, you cut it. So I'm down to a 32, and so so you cut the belt, you put the buckle in there, and then it's one of those ratcheting belts. So it has ratchets here, and it ratchets in. Upside down, sorry. ratchets in. So this, as you lose weight, you just trim this part of the belt, and you trim, so you never need the holes. So that's a free plug for next belt. That's funny. Yeah, it is awesome. It's just so easy. I kept cutting it down all the time, and it's the belt that will shrink with you. So, Denise, 15-mile run. That's incredible. Now, Stephen, I'm here today. Let's see. I'm trying to scroll through. Yeah. So it's NEXBELT is the name of the belt. 52 weeks on Weight Watchers, down 51 pounds. Paula, great job. That's a pound a week. That's perfect. Perfect. Lori, glad so you're back. If you're tuned in here, it means you're focused and getting it done. So great job. I said it last night for 114. Yeah, so 114 is in there. You're right. So Angie, I just signed up for your first 5K in November. Hopefully you'll be able to run it. And if not, you can surely walk it. The fact that you signed up is amazing. Think of how many people didn't even sign up. Great job. I'm very proud of you, Angie. Yeah, so Kathy confirmed. People who tell you you're too thin, usually they're overweight. It's almost always true. It's kind of like, we get into that. It's kind of when people think that you're too vain. It's because they're not at goal. And I'm telling you, when you get to goal, you got to kind of be a little bit vain. You just because that's the feeling that you don't want to give up. You worked hard to get there, so you enjoy it. So it's not vanity, it's pride. It's totally different. And those who don't recognize it as pride think it's vanity. But those who have it, it's just pride and just a great feeling of life. So this is pretty cool. So Pat says, your girlfriend joined. She saw your success and wanted the same. Talked about that last night too, right? People join this program out of envy. Be the prize. Show someone how awesome this journey is. Show someone how much fun you're having, and they want a piece of it. It's no different than, you put something on Facebook, right? You buy a brand new car, you put it on Facebook, and you want everyone to, you don't want, but people go, oh, they got a new car, and then they go buy a new car. Well, then go get a new body, and then they want one. It's kind of fun. Yeah, so Mama Swag, let your actions show it. Hey, Ashanti, good to see you. I haven't seen you forever on Connect. I don't know if we just miss each other or what, but oh, someone else. Sorry. Instagram makes it so hard for me to understand usernames. So ASHSHA313. You're welcome. Thank you for that. I thought you were ASHANTE from a distance. It was hard to read, but yeah. So I'm glad. This is all. You keep plugged in. Hopefully you have the app. Ashley, there we go. That helps. So very nice, Ashley. Thank you for that. Let's see. Yeah, so Jill, I'm not. Trust me, absolutely not. Not only am I not, but I got so fit that I honestly, I'm really struggling with the concept of like, man, how did I ever get 263 pounds? It's just kind of funny. I just, not funny, but I mean, it's just kind of like one of those, I'm like, how did I truly ever get there? And now that I recognize where I'm at, I'm never going back. Yeah, so you're right. Right, poor people pick on you for saving money. Heavy people pick on you for being too skinny. It's kind of misery likes company, right? And so those who aren't doing well, they don't want you to be better than them, so they want to bring you down. You kind of got to ignore them. It's kind of funny. Yeah. Lee, I read that earlier today when you said you got hit by a car 9 times, 9 different cars. I was like, yeah. Yeah, so you guys were all scared when I was showing you the belt. Yeah, it is a cool belt. Alicia, stop. So Misty's 3rd week down, total of 19.8 in 3 weeks. That's incredible work. Great job. Very, very good job. You guys are funny. Funny. Let's see. Holly is working on discovering a new why. You're at Lifetime almost for 5 years. You're back to tracking every item after taking a pause. So welcome back. You can do it. You can do it. Linda, pride, you ought to be proud of what you're doing. You're doing amazing work. And so I think a lot of it, again, it's the society when we don't talk about ourselves enough. And to some people, I'm sure they sit here and listen to the podcast and go, this guy's so full of himself, and I understand how people can think that. If you truly know me, you'll know that's not the case, but I'm sure it comes across that way. But man, I completely changed my life, and so, and actually Linda and I were talking about this earlier today is I was at the point where I really didn't believe this was possible to some extent, and I had a great life before. Everything was wonderful. I was overweight. I was miserable in that sense, but a great family, great house, great job. Everything's wonderful. And then I lost 91 pounds, and it's like, okay, everything's differently wonderful. And so I'm proud of that. There was something in my life that I wanted to get done, and I was able to get it done. And I'm going to tell everybody about it because I want you to get it done if you want to get it done. So Denise joined because of your aunt, so that's pretty cool. When you get compliments, it's kind of fun. Congratulations, Andrea. So Andrea lost 7 weeklies today. That's incredible work. You don't lose 7 weeklies on accident. You lose 7 weeklies because you were focused, you're determined, and your body doesn't need that much food anymore because you're taking care of it and feeding it properly. So great job. I'm proud of you for losing 7 weeklies. That's amazing. Very good. Right, Stephen exactly answers it. Exactly. So, let's see. Scrolling down. Terry's out. I get it. Jessica, you've been binging not on food but on your podcast. Very inspirational at the time, but I'm feeling complacent. Getting back to needing to get the goal. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Jessica, we often refer to episode 72 as the complacency episode, so go ahead and listen to that one. So that'll help you. Yeah, so Leah, thank you for recognizing that because that's how I feel. But I just know that if you're not ready to hear my message, it comes across that way. So I get that. Awesome. Marie, thank you for them. So yeah, the fridge magnets, I didn't have any idea that when the first batch we ordered, if you guys, I don't know, some of you were here then, the first batch of those we were doing a Facebook Live. I think I was even laying on my couch and someone said, you should make that a magnet. And I kind of laughed at it. And I said, okay, I'll make some magnets and I'll send you guys all one. So like the first 40 people that we were in that Facebook Live, I sent them all one because I was just like, I just thought it was neat. And then now, I don't know how many we've sent out, but quite a few. And you guys, they're all over the place. So, but it's that focus. It just reminds you to stay focused, which is kind of cool. I don't know if you saw my little minifigure, right? I went and got a little minifigure guy. I put him over here too, because it's just that little. I need little things to remind me to just keep doing this. So I put a little mini guy to remind me. Let's see. Instagram, just so you guys know, over on Instagram, in 2 minutes, Instagram cuts out, which means we've been at an hour. So if you're over on Instagram, thank you for being here. Yeah, Carey, we can't say that word. Carey's saying she's calling it Lego dag. Apparently Lego. Well, this is a Lego dag, so I guess we can say that. But Lego owns that trademark, and they're very protective of the Lego trademark. So this is just mini figure dag. That's all we're going to call it. Anyway, Instagram folks, got a minute left, and then Instagram times out, and then we will continue on to Facebook for a little bit. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. We'll get episode 104 to 115 pushed to the servers. I do these most nights. There's no rhyme or reason to them. It's the nights that I can get it done. I get it done. So follow me on Facebook is probably the easiest way to know, or Twitter is when I give the most. Twitter at WhysAdvice it'll give you the most heads up as to what's going on there. So, so good night, Instagram. You're going to cut out in a couple of minutes. We're going to continue on over here on Facebook. So, hey, Jake, how are you, sir? I haven't seen you popped in. So Jake says he had to stop himself because his life has changed so far from losing 81.4 pounds, and you're still working to your goals. So isn't it exciting? Folks, if you aren't keeping track of Jake, it's his username is JSIKORA on Connect. Dude's killing it, doing amazing work. 81.4 pounds, man. That's dude. And hey, shout out to Jake. Let's give a shout out. Jake has a YouTube channel called The Awesome Cook. The Awesome Cook. So find that on YouTube if you're YouTube people. Yeah, so Lee says, congrats to everyone for changing your life. I agree. Julie, I totally did. Yeah, totally did. So Julie's asking if my personality changed with the weight loss, more confident. And I think that's it. It's more confident, and it's less, I was aware of my size. I knew that I was the biggest guy in the room most of the time. And, so I didn't go out of my way to bring any more attention to myself. So yeah, I definitely, I'm more outgoing and more confident and, just more happy. So it's very fun. Laura had a Chinese buffet for 9 points. Very good job. Yeah, so when you guys lose points, it's when you lose points, you should celebrate. It's incredible. Yeah, so Angie, I say that all the time. Angie said she posted your first before and after pictures on Connect, and you were overwhelmed at the response you got. I tell people all the time, take pictures because you can't see the weight loss. As you need the photos, before and after pictures, to really, really see it. So, but when you see it in a photo, it's very easy to see. So Jennifer, great job, very awesome. Scrolling through, I'm way behind. Yeah, Kathy, you were there for the very first time, right? Very nice. Let's see. So Lee, you were trying to get the donate monthly dailyo to work, and it gave you a big problem. I saw your name pop in there, so it looks like you got it figured out, and I appreciate that. It's kind of funny is Kirby, of all people, Kirby had told me to set that up a while ago, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. And so really, that's how, the plans that I kind of have for the show, that's kind of the intent behind that, is that, I want to, bring on someone who can edit some of these so I can get 3 or 4 shows ahead, and I can send them some audio files and they can edit them and set them back, and that all costs money. So I figured I'd just see what that looks like, and if it generates enough money to keep it going, we'll do it. So, let's see. That's April brings up a good point. April says you packed your lunch every day for the past 5 weeks. You notice today that your friends at work are packing more lunches and talking about making healthy choices. It is contagious. And obviously you're having some success because they're seeing that, and that's what's sparking them to change too, which is very, very awesome. Andrea, yes, we got episode 115 has been recorded. As soon as I hang up on Facebook Live, 115 will go to the servers, and you'll get it when you wake up in the morning. So, yep. You guys all got that. So, Jake's YouTube is The Awesome Cook. There it is. Jake got it. Linda, good night. Yes, he does give the smart point values. Let's see. So Lee, you are not a robot. Got it. That's funny. Good night from Southern California. Looks like everyone's checking out, so y'all all do the same. So, the very, very fun show. Thank you. Lee is paying attention. That guy, you listened to all episodes in like a day, and you really were able to get it kind of tuned into your head. So you're right. Episode 23 is a good number. So very, very cool. So folks, thanks for being here. Honored to walk this journey with you. If you never quit the journey, you will always be mindful and getting it done. It's not easy, but it's so worth it. You know, the handful of us here tonight who are at goal, who are at lifetime, and we're here because it's what we do. We do this for the rest of our life. We're not on a diet. We figured out a way to eat healthy and live a well-balanced life, and that brings a smile to all of us. So thank you for being here. Happy Labor Day. Back to work tomorrow. Brrr. So let me get this Team Lifetime. Yep, is right. Let me get 115 pushed out to the servers. But hey, have a great week. It's a short week. For those of you who come into Indy this weekend, we'll see you this weekend. It'll be fun. We're going to run a 5K on the 9th, which is going to be exciting. So have a great week. I wish you all the absolute best of focus. Get it done. Have a great night.